boy. A child is a child. In this world, God has given. And God, when God gives like that, he knows what they will become. Even some parents. Look around you. Who are those parents that have only girls? And what have the girls become? They are wonderful. So please, parents, do not feel that you have only girls. That is the best riches you will ever have if you have just girls. And those girls will take care of you more than if you had 5 girls. So parents, watch over and look around you. Don't be dissatisfied with God. Obama has 2 girls. He's so happy. There are some who do not have, and they wish they have just the girls. Instead of selecting, who are you to select? Who gives? And sometimes the husbands blame the wife, but they are the cause. They don't know that they are the cause. The men are the ones to produce the different sexes, not the woman. And when you deliver only girls, it is the man who is responsible and not the woman. And what happens in our tradition, in our society? The man will go to marry another woman because he wants a change. He wants a boy child. And what happens? The second woman comes and gives birth only to a girl too. There are many situations like this. And then some, they go for a boy child and they have so many problems in their families. Why don't you stay with the girls and be satisfied with what God has given you?
We thank you very much, Madam, for this your brief word of expression. And Madam, we want to know from you the percentage of the education of female child in MOGHAMO is very low. What is your view as regard this?
Today, I don't think that the education of the girl child is low. It has improved from what it was. Improving because of our traditions. Our parents did not want to send their children to school. But today, the schools are all over MOGHAMO, and no parent, no woman will want to leave his or her own child behind. And I think the girls have started reasoning and the boys reasoning, because there is no, so it is not so pronounced talking about half education or girls dropping out of school. I think today so many go right to the end, and so many are successful in life, and so many are getting married or doing one thing or the other instead of just relying on education. I think the percentage has changed these days.
Yeah, Madam, most women benefit from government grants as non-governmental organizations. How many of such organizations are existing in MOGHAMO?
When you talk of government grants, that question looks wide and looking vague, because from the beginning, government used to give grants, and non-governmental organizations used to help the Cameroonians or the poor countries. That's why those non-governmental organizations were created to help the developing countries and the poor countries. And what became of some of these wise people? They formed their associations and when collected some of the grants which were not used for development. And that is why today it becomes so difficult to take 1 franc from a non-governmental organization if there is no justification. They try to help, but the Cameroonians, being what they are, they diverted such monies into other businesses or personal monies, and that is why that one stopped. Like today, we have Mowocuda, we have built the center, we are asking for people to come and run the center. We even want the government to come and take the center, but people are lukewarm because these grants are not more coming, and the government is incapable of taking over the center because of the responsibility, even though they want to create. They want to start from the divisions. Now that we have us in the subdivision, we are not so involved, even though they said they would look into it. They do not have any ground. The government is almost grounded and not having any extra resources to spend on groups. Even though, as corrupt as the situation is, there are some groups benefiting and others are not benefiting. It looks like man no man. If you have somebody in the ministry who will go and present and walk out and have some monies to come and use in an association, it is being done. Or there is a lot of preferences. They don't go to the areas that deserve those grants. And so some areas are left out, even though they go to some.
Thank you, Madam. Yes, Madam President, how do you intend to make MOGHAMO an AIDS-free zone when MOGHAMO girls shy away from marriage?
I don't think it's shying away from marriage that brings about the AIDS. AIDS is a disease that came as a result of not necessarily shying away from marriage. It is not because girls are not marrying that boys go after the girls. And it is through sensitization that people can avoid having AIDS. And I think at one time, MOGHAMO or the Northwest Province was the highest. And I think today other areas are the highest. And so many people have died. We have lost so many people as a result of it, both boys and girls. It is not the question of girls. And if we look at that, with what has happened, with the medicines that have been discovered, and with the fear that people used to have, people thought that AIDS was a terrible disease. But today, so many are living with AIDS, and they look very healthy. If these conditions were there before, and people being sensitized, we would not have lost many of our children. We lost them because of ignorance. Some people have the AIDS and they refuse to go to the hospital. But today, there are many chances, and others have seen that people are living with AIDS. So why can they too not also live with AIDS? I think from the beginning was that the situation was not well handled. People were not educated. People died because of fear. People were hiding the AIDS, hiding the fact that they had the AIDS. And that is what killed so many. But I think today the situation has changed. And it has changed. It is not because they have now gone into marriage that the situation has changed. It was just a pandemic. And today we are having some positive results because of the scientific discoveries.
Well, thank you, Madam. God bless you.
Okay, thank you.
Unity sister.
Union.